Hello and welcome back to the NW Sportscast. Levi and Drew in Europe together. We've been somewhat MIA here in the great continent of Europe. First time back at it, Levi. How you doing?
Feeling good. Feeling a little jet lagged, but pretty good. Pretty good for the most part.
We're playing buy or sell today, and we're going to talk a little bit about yesterday's game because we were unable to do a true post game, and that'll be the episode. It's going to be a quick one, but it's going to give you guys a little bit of content right out of the gate here past 12 a.m. here in Switzerland. So first, Levi, buy or sell? The first question I'm going to ask you is buy or sell? This Mariners team is the best Mariners team we have seen since the last time we made the playoffs. Buy or sell?
So you're saying basically, is this team better than last year
Or that other team?
or 2022?
Yeah. So in the last 3 years, this team, the team before, or the team prior, 7 games above,
8 above now.
8 above, and in front of the Texas Rangers by
5.5.
which is the most since
The last time we've been this high in the division,
2003.
2003. I'm actually gonna sell though, Drew. I think the 2022 team was better than this team. I just think that team. Mitch Haniger was much better. Ty France was also better that year. Julio was also better that year. Our pitching was not as good, but Robbie Ray was, kind of doing what we have Bryce Miller doing, and obviously Gilbert Kirby were both on that team. So I think that 2022 post the Castillo, after we traded for Castillo, that team was better.
Okay.
And even at certain positions like second base, Adam Frazier did a lot more for that team than Polanco has done. And at DH, Carlos Santana did more than Mitch Garver. So I truly believe that 2022 was a better team than 2024.
Yeah, I would agree with the sentiment. The offense really takes that team just a step above where we are right now. I think that, just touching a little bit on yesterday's game, that makes it, 8 of the last 9, is it?
Yeah, 8 of 9.
8 of 9. But when you really look at this streak as a totality, I think there was a lot of circumstances where this could have been more of a 6 of 9 type thing. Not, there was a couple wins here and there that the Mariners, I feel like, kind of did escape with. But you're going to get those types of streaks.
Right.
And this is really, really important to realize that the Mariners, look, to win a division, you're going to have to get these kind of not lucky breaks here and there, but yes, lucky breaks, but these streaks are built by good baseball, sure,
Right.
But there was things that really helped propel the Mariners to win these 8 of 9, and now you're playing the A's for another couple games with a chance to really get on, an extended winning streak right now. So yeah, you have a buy or sell for me, Levi?
I do, Drew. The All-Star game's coming up. Here's my buy or sell. The Mariners will have multiple All-Stars in 2024. Buy or sell?
I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
And I think it makes it harder now. Andres Munoz is on, potentially on the IL because I think he was in that conversation to be the AL's closer. However, I think you got to put Luis Castillo in there. And for my money, I really would. I do think that one of Kirby, Miller, or Kirby, Miller, or Gilbert will have that stupendous June and start of July to really propel one of them into that starting pitching category. Because right now, again, they need a really, really good June and start of July to get into that conversation. But they're right now all on the outside looking in. I think one of those 3 are going to join Luis Castillo. 2 pitchers, 0 position players, unless Julio Rodriguez really turns it around.
Right, Kirby would have to be pitcher of the month to make the All-Star game.
It's possible, though.
It's possible. The other 2, and Wu as well, potentially, if you have a great June, you don't have to have an
I don't think
elite
Wu has
June.
enough.
Well, he missed 7 starts, so if he's at the point where he's 7 starts behind, but if he has a 1.85 ERA, then
Yeah, it's true.
That's a conversation. Offensively, I just don't think Julio maybe gets in just because of popularity, but he's not getting picked by a coach. He's not getting voted by the fans, so he's really not getting in.
He would have to have an August in June.
He would have to have an August in June, exactly.
And Andres Munoz, obviously,
if he's healthy, he should be probably not the closer, but they usually choose about 3 or 4 relievers, and right now he's a top 4 reliever in the AL, I think.
Yeah, and I want to touch really quick on that Andres Munoz injury before we get into the next buy or sell. Yesterday's game, came at a price. Andres Munoz threw just one warm-up pitch, and then it was Stanek who ended up closing that one out.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of, transition this into my buy or sell. You can talk a little bit about Andres Munoz as well, Levi. Buy or sell, this bullpen at its current state is below average in the MLB. And that's saying something because the Mariners have really, made a living off of having stupendous bullpens. When you look at the numbers, they're definitely above average. But right now, with all the injuries, are they below the quality, the average line in the MLB?
I'd buy it. I'd buy that. Look, Stanek, Saucedo, and Thornton are your 1, 2, 3. With if Munoz is out for an extended period, that's your 1, 2, 3. Stanek, Saucedo, and Thornton. After that, you've got Voth, Bauman. Who else is in there? Like
you still got Kirby Snead,
and then for some reason I'm blanking on the last guys in our pen, which I should.
You said Saucedo, right?
Saucedo, yeah. It's not a super deep group.
No, it's not. But there's a lot of players that can go out there and give you quality innings. The problem is I just don't see the consistency right now from those guys. Andres Munoz really lengthens this bullpen.
Yeah.
Now you can, before you could throw Stanek in the top of the lineup at the 7th inning, then kind of get by with the bottom in the 8th, for example, with like a Saucedo, and then finish in the 9th. Now, that 7th inning, for example, now you're going to have to throw like a Bauman out there or one of those guys where it's going to be a little bit tougher to get through those latter innings in the game. And then the closer now is going to have to be Stanek. And the problem I see with that is, for example, when you see Munoz go up there and strike out Soto and Judge, a couple weeks ago against the Yankees in that 9th inning.
Right.
Or something like that. I just don't see that happening for Stanek. But Munoz, he did that, and he would continue to do that.
Yeah. So overall, need to improve the bullpen, and that leads me to my next buy or sell. Drew, buy or sell? Will Logan Evans be joining the Major League bullpen by the All-Star break?
Logan Evans, for you guys that don't know, 14th round pick just a couple of years ago.
Last year,
yeah. So he's really rose up. His stock has been rising for sure. You told me this earlier today, Levi, but according to AA Arkansas's broadcaster, Jerry Dipoto did approach Logan Evans to kind of feel out if he wanted to stay on the starting pitching route, but that means entering the MLB at a later date, not this year, or transitioning into that bullpen and potentially joining this team right at the other end of the All-Star break in the bullpen. And, I think that Logan Evans does indeed make this team. I think right at the other side of the All-Star break. And I think it's injury dependent. We'll see what happens with Andres Munoz. We'll see what happens with a few other guys as well. But right now, I would lean Logan Evans. I think if he has a good month in the bullpen, will be called up. Very dependent on how he plays, but we'll see.
If you're looking at an ideal scenario, you've got Munoz healthy, Gregory Santos healthy. Then you got Stanek. You still got Saucedo, Spire if he gets healthy.
We forgot Spire.
Now you throw in. He's hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
He's hurt as well.
Yeah.
Throw in Evans, trade for one guy, and
then you're there.
Now you're there. Now you got a 7 strong. Now you can choose between a Voth or a Bauman or
it's funny
whoever
how
else
much
you want in there.
It's funny how much but Gabe Spire, his injury affects this bullpen.
And not that he had been good lately.
No, but it completely shifts it.
Exactly.
Because Andres Munoz, everyone knows how important that is. But a guy like Spire is someone that you can confidently throw out there and feel confident about. Maybe this year a little less so. But last year he was really, really good. This year not so good as much. But then again, you throw him out there, Kirby Snead, the choice is clear.
Yeah.
Gabe Spire is much higher quality a pitcher than a Kirby Snead for sure. He's better stuff. He's better command. And I think, just like that, again, it goes back to just baseball. It's all about scenarios. But it makes Scott Service's job so much harder when guys like Spire's out.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we have just in time, I'll do one and you do one, Levi.
All right.
So this final one I got for you. Buy or sell. Julio Rodriguez will get above 800 OPS by the All-Star break. Right now, we were looking at it, and he was hovering around 750.
650.
650, yes, 650. That's towards the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
So he has to do some serious work if he's getting up to 800 by the All-Star break. And that's kind of the guy that you hope Julio is. Will he be able to get there? A little ambitious, but he could definitely do it.
He could, but I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell that one. It just doesn't, right now, it doesn't feel like something that he hasn't gotten hot for more than, 4 games at a time? A 4-game stretch is the most we've seen out of Julio right now. And, we did see that 4 games when he hit 2 homers, and we saw those 4 games in Colorado when he hit, 750. But all things considered, so far this year, he has shown me that he's very streaky. He's going to strike out a lot, and he's going to hit a lot of singles. We need to see the power. I don't think the power has arrived yet, so I'm selling.
All right, what's your last buy or sell before we get out of here, Levi?
All right, Drew, this is one that I would definitely buy, but I want to see what you're going to say. Drew, by August, the Seattle Mariners' starting second baseman will be Ryan Bliss.
Sell. Sell the house, sell the kids. We're not doing this
What's
one.
your take? Why is Polanco better?
Right, because Ryan Bliss isn't as talented of a baseball player. I've seen him in Tacoma. I don't think he makes as much consistent contact. I think he's a better defender, but right now what you need is a better bat, and I think you get that with Polanco.
With Polanco, who
I think
has
you do.
offered nothing this year offensively. Nothing. Bliss has done more
But
in
we've
4
seen
games.
what Polanco can do.
We've seen, but not as a Mariner.
Not as a Mariner, but you got to believe that Polanco turns it around. And as for turns it around, this is the end of the NW Sportscast. We will have post-game shows as much as we can. But again, we are in Europe, so Carter, our good friend, will do some of that as well. This is buy or sell. Barely touched on the post-game show, but the Mariners also won against the A's, and we have another game today. So as always, Levi,
Go Mariners.
see you guys.